Live. I know there's a big match, but one eye and concentration is also on the exit poll. Yesterday, 3 states were done.
Yeah.
4 actually.
4. You're waiting.
And today is the 5th.
Telangana.
So those numbers will be out. But here we always discuss sport, not politics. Because sports is far better than the dirty world of politics.
To start a day where we did an exit poll for the Indian team as well, but we declared the results the same day.
That's how sport is ahead of politics.
Yeah.
The exit poll happened in a dugout.
Yeah.
And result happened an hour later. We gave you the results also.
See, by the way, one of the exit poll guys who we all know, he got only one half of the prediction right, isn't it? Or he got both wrong.
He got both wrong.
He got both wrong,
So
yes.
the election guy picked South Africa versus
New Zealand
final.
Yes.
It was the exact opposite. It was India-Australia.
Yep.
And the cricketing brains had picked an India-Australia final. So all I want to say is that the sporting pundits are sharper than these psephologists who do election punting on elections.
Yes.
Far better than that. There are 2 big stories today. One of them is not related to India, which is, by the way, I just quickly want to get thoughts. Salman Butt has been appointed as a consultant. Have you done a video on that?
Yes, we have done a short.
Appointed a consultant to the selectors in Pakistan. It speaks a lot. The man who was found guilty of spot fixing, who was at the helm of spot fixing, that man is now going to be selecting teams, the national team. I pity for the players. Like if I was a player, I'd be like, excuse me, this guy? What does everyone think of it?
Siddharth and I had that same exchange, little banter over like, thank God this man's not in Pakistan. Anything can happen anyway. This is very close to him being appointed, let's say, as the chief of the Anti-Corruption Bureau. Like you're actually giving him such a plum portfolio, yaar. Like the man comes with a certain tainted record, and that's the exchange that we had when this news came.
Yeah.
But it's a typical subcontinent trait. I mean, so many people have gotten rehabilitated in that sense.
But okay, I'll tell you the difference. And I know that as soon as you point this out, people will talk about a few Indian players also that came in and there.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, there is a big difference in that. Those guys went to court.
Exactly.
Okay.
Clean chit.
And they got a clean chit in court. Yeah. Now, you and me can argue that there is a lack of law, whatever. But at the end of the day, those then become now our opinions. If you go on facts, court has given them clean chit. In the case of Amir, Salman Butt and Asif, they went to court and they were indicted by the court.
They got prison term.
Yeah, so they got prison. So in that case, it's there, out there. Their judgment was given. In the Indian players, if we're going to talk about a few, while the doubt still remains, but they went to court, all the evidence was presented, and due to lack of evidence, they were all given a clean chit. Technically, you cannot right now call them tainted. Technically, you and me may still say that no, there was enough proof or whatever, but then that still forms an opinion.
It's not based on.
It is not concrete proof. When you talk about those 3 players across the border, they've been convicted.
Exactly.
There's been proof.
Exactly. No,
the world knows about it.
No, they got caught.
Exactly.
No, in a few Indian players also during the match fixing scandal of 2000, 99-2000, you could still say that a lot of them got caught and the inquiry happened and the boards decided that they will be banned for 5 years, some for life, whatever. But the fact is that a board is not a judicial authority. A board is a private entity, and based on their own inquiry they took a decision which is fair and they're allowed to do that. But I'm saying today, if you think one of them was a fixer, you will be entitled to think like that. I can only, and if I think that they were not because they got a clean sheet, I'll be entitled to my opinion, and we can both argue and we both may be right or wrong, but then it's also opinion. If you are hell-bent and you put your foot down and say that no, I will not regard them, or let me take names. You will say Azharuddin, one of the greatest cricketers ever to have played the sport, but you will say under normal circumstances, if you talk about Sachin Tendulkar, Kapil Dev and all of that, you would have to put Azhar's name there.
Yes.
But if you say I don't want to put because there's a taint with him, you would be right in doing that. I cannot argue with that. But if I was to say that, listen, I will count him because at the end he got a clean sheet, then maybe I will also be right in that. So there's a grey area there is what I'm saying. But in the case of Salman, it was like spelled out, it was done, dusted, given. And then to appoint him.
I mean, he got caught in our overseas country. He had to do it there. It was in Pakistan. See, it happened in the case of Salim Malik also in 1994. But that happened in Pakistan. So the Pakistan Inquiry Committee ensured that, okay, he got a clean sheet and Mark Waugh and Shane Warne were lying. That was the whole problem in it. Same in 2010. The 2010 thing was, it happened in Lords. And they got caught, Southwark prison, and the News of the World investigation, it was a smoking gun for them. They just couldn't hide away from that. In the case of Azharuddin, if you look at it, Manoj Prabhakar, Ajay Jadeja, even Srisant, Ajit Chandila, Ankit Sawan, it happened in India, but then after a long drawn out court process of 8 to 10 years, they finally got rehabilitated.
That's right, that's the difference. So now that you know this guy who was elected, what do you make of the decision?
It's Pakistan. Nothing surprising about the fact.
I don't understand. They have such good names, such people who have such nice cricketing brains in their country itself. I don't know why don't they go for them and they make such decisions that nobody can understand. I think the people who are making the decision, only they know what is the reason behind it. Nobody else knows. They are just taking a back step each time something happens with the cricket. They try to take a back step. Even there were talks about getting Sarfaraz back as a captain also, just because of the reason he has won against India in a final. So all these reasons I can never understand about Pakistan.
But you know, the thing with Pakistan is, like he's saying, there are so many smart cricketers. They've also been appointed, by the way. You had Misbah there, you had Yunus Khan at one point, Inzamam at one point. So they've also appointed the right people. But this is the nature of Pakistan cricket, or cricket administration rather, which is mirroring their general politics as well, or general administration of the country, which is quite similar. That it's always a case of revolving door there, no matter where. People will come and people will go, nothing remains stable, whether it's the captain, whether it's the PCB, whether it's the people who are given in charge of running cricket, whether it's even at the national level, or politics. So I think it's just mirroring that. You get far more stability in India, whether it's a captain, whether it's the BCCI, whether it's the national politics.
That's to do with the fact that the BCCI is an autonomous board and not the PCB. There the PCB has to be taking orders from the government. The dispensation in Pakistan will always determine what's happening inside the PCB, not so much the case, or not at all the case here in India, where the BCCI is autonomous to the extent that you've had a separate law commission been set up to then lay out how the BCCI will then be functioning and everything. So that's how autonomous the BCCI is, and which is why the BCCI has time and time again fought for its for its own powers and to stay as autonomous an organization that it has over all these years. Yes, there can be questions in that as well, but this is far better and likable and a desirable scenario than what we see across the border.
Yeah, any day.
Any day.
So not surprising.
That's talking point number one.
But if I was to play the devil's advocate in that case, I agree that it's shocking and it should never be done. How can you appoint someone who was punished, went to jail for an offense? But there's another school of thought that you can see that, listen, he made a mistake, he was punished for it. That you should not take away his chance for a livelihood later in life. That's what normal society also does, right?
Yeah.
Let's say if there was there is an electrician, electrician.
No, they say that jail time often is or can be as a time to reform as well, and people turn out,
which is what I'm saying,
differently after they get their punishment or undergo all of that.
So if there is an electrician and he was caught stealing electricity illegally and he is found guilty and is punished, spends, let's say, 1 year, 2 years in jail. Again, just an example. Once he is out, you cannot not have him, if that's his skill, to go back to an electrician, and he should, in that sense, have the right to resume again, so long as then he does his job fairly. So if you look at it that way, by the way, I must say that one thing that I have noticed with Salman Bhet is that he's a sharp cricketing brain, because sometimes I've heard his analysis on, you get these clips that come, so he's made some pertinent points. So there's no denying that. Also remember, he was a good captain at the time, and one of those rare sharp captains that Pakistan had. So he's a cricketing brain, he's an analyst. So I'm saying today, if he has reformed himself and if Pakistan feels can contribute in some way with his cricketing acumen, then maybe that's also.
I mean, how grave was the crime? even
grave.
I mean, again, if you look at there are far more heinous crimes where even all convicts have gotten rehabilitated also in that sense. In normal
So it is country
society.
in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at this point in time, it's not considered that grave an offense. 6 years. He was banned for 6 years if you look at it. For 10 years suspended, 5 years he had to be banned. Amir, outright 5-year ban. Mohammad Asif, 7-year ban. Time up.
The only thing with this is, again, it's a grey area, as you earlier very correctly, I feel, mentioned as well. The only thing is, when you're looking at such roles, you're looking at role models also. And that's not a role model characteristic or a past or a legacy to have. That's the only thing. But Pakistan will have limited options as well. Let's also not forget that.
They have a lot of options. They could have gone with anyone.
They have got a poisoned chalice.
Now, even by the way, and Imran Khan will not be accepted the same way as he was looked at, let's say, just as a cricketer. With what he's happened, he's jailed and what not. Will Imran Khan, by the people of Pakistan, be looked at the same way? It is, by the way, just the cricketing world that looks at Imran Khan a certain way. People of Pakistan are looking at Imran Khan very differently now.
Yeah, they are. I know, but he also has a massive fan following as a politician, and I've seen it.
True.
I've seen it, especially abroad with Pakistanis who stay abroad. Sort of massive fan following. Everyone, supports him. But it's that typical Pakistan politics, where they'll pull the other person down. And I think he took on the mighty forces, the army in Pakistan, which is a no-no. But he had the courage to do that.
Yeah.
He's had to pay a price for it. But I guess what you did see with Imran, that once his cricketing career was over. By the way, again, you have to judge a person with what his peers say. I have met so many Pakistani cricketers and had lengthy conversation with them. I can't think of anyone who played under Imran had anything negative to say about him. So it just tells you the character of that person, what a leader he was. And I can't then believe that he will not take the same traits when he is being a prime minister too. But the one good thing that he did, where nobody can really point fingers at him, one thing that you've seen with Pakistani prime minister, corruption is like a common thread that runs. Well, that's one thing that you really can't point fingers at him. And for him to have had the courage also, previously, prime ministers are okay being or playing second fiddle to the army. He had that courage to take that step and say no. Well, how it turned out is another thing. But if he went about reforming the country, then I think he was doing the right thing. Paid a price for it.
Reforming a failed state, that's a long shot in that sense.
Well, I agree. It's an uphill task, and everyone knew while he was doing it. It was never going to be easy. Never going to be easy.
See, the army has its total stranglehold in Pakistan. That's the worst part about it. And ever since creation, where has there been the stability in Pakistan? Which government lasted a full tenure? Apart from maybe Benazir's term? Maybe. Nawaz Sharif was almost about to, but then he got involved in the coup with Pervez Musharraf. After that, after 2007, when terrorism reared its ugly head in Pakistan, what they created bit them hard. Where has there been a stable government? Hardly.
Anyway, we're going to get back to the game at hand today. The toss has happened. Australia won the toss and have once again decided to bowl. First, Matthew Wade has said that they've made 5 changes. So these were expected because a lot of them have flown back. So Stoinis, Maxwell, Inglis, Richardson and Ellis are out. So those 5 are out. So it's going to be a new look sort of Australian T20 team. And I'm saying new look as in this series, a completely different team you're going to be seeing. For India, Suryakumar Yadav accepting at the toss that they would have also bowled first. They would have preferred to chase here too. So it's the first T20 that they are playing in Raipur.
Yes.
That's interesting. The good news is also
there is
light. There is light. So the floodlights are also on. India has also made 4 changes. So Mukesh has come in for Prasidh. Mukesh had gone for his wedding.
Yes.
So he's come back. Poor guy didn't get too many chuttis. But I think after this, series, he can get a longer chutti. He's part of the South Africa tour as well.
He's one of the only 3 guys to be part of all the 3 squads.
But he still gets a few days gap.
5 days.
5 days.
Yeah. Because after 3rd,
After that, he'll have to take the flight, no?
to South Africa on 8th.
But he can combine it with his honeymoon and take his wife.
Yeah, he can take her to
Paid
South
for,
Africa. Yeah.
paid for honeymoon.
I know.
Go
Wow.
to a nice, beautiful country like South Africa.
Indeed.
So you're going to combine the 2 things.
Oh.
Anyway, he may struggle to get a chance to be playing too many games.
Yep.
So then
Exactly.
can enjoy the holidays.
Particularly towards the end of the year and the first week of the new year, don't think you will be seeing him in action then. And it's a good time to be roaming around.
And what a time to be. The 26th game is the first test is
26th.
No.
In Johannesburg.
Second test?
We have a test.
Second ball in Cape Town.
Cape Town. So that is, I'm just saying, that
Are we sure
gives
we
him
have first is Johannesburg?
that gives him the perfect opportunity to celebrate the New Year's in Cape Town. So out of a lot of these places in the world which are known for their New Year celebrations, Sydney is one because it gets the New Year first. And so on, and so is Cape Town.
Wow.
So he'll be in Cape Town on New Year's Eve because that test will finish 30th.
30th.
Yeah, 30th.
31st they'll fly to Cape Town.
Cape Town.
They'll celebrate the New Year's in Cape Town. Perfect for Mukesh.
And then
Anyway.
2nd January is the second.
Third Jan.
Anyway, coming back to the 4 changes India has made. Mukesh coming in for Prasidh. Deepak Chair comes in for Arshdeep.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Shreyas replaces Tilak.
And Jitesh replaces Ishan Kishan.
Wow.
Wow.
So
So
what is the
actually,
fourth?
Jitesh Sharma replaces Ishan Kishan. So essentially, if you look at it, there is no left-hander. There is no left-hander in the Indian team today for this
Why
particular.
Yashasvi?
Only Yasha. Barring Yashasvi, who else? Ishan is not there. Tilak is not there. Arshdeep is not there.
Yeah, but they had too many. So they
Only one.
I don't think they're going to be looking at that. I think Yashasvi is there, so he'll be that left-hander. Interesting though. But you see, Shreyas, no surprises, had to come in. He was rested for the first 3. Now he's going to be a definite member of your T20 squad going forward. So him coming there makes sense. Tilak would be
hard done by.
But who else would you drop?
That it was always going to be difficult when you were looking at this, when you got this news that okay, 4th and 5th T20Is will have Shreyas, the vice captain now Ruturaj isn't the vice captain.
No, that's what I wanted to mention in the team sheet. It is written vice captain in front of Rituraj's name.
That the team sheet sent by the BCCI?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because when they sent out the squad, they said that Rituraj is the vice captain for the first 3, but while announcing the side, they said that Shreyas will come in the 4th T20 as the vice captain of the side.
No, but the team sheet does have.
That is a little surprising.
But what's the fuss about a vice captain?
What is the fuss? What is the fuss about
Right now there can be a lot of fuss.
Why?
Yesterday, one team sheet or one squad had a vice captain, the other did not. Now I'm saying, just going forward, is Shreyas Iyer to assume that he is no longer in the leadership scheme of things?
I think if I'm Shreyas, that's why I'm saying sometimes we make too much of captaincy. If I'm Shreyas Iyer, I want to be part of the squad now. Establish myself. This is a T20 World Cup year. See, he knew that he's not there going to be captain. Hardik Pandya is that guy. Now it's clear that if Hardik is not there, the next in line is Surya Kumar in T20. So if he wants to be 3rd or 4th, the fight is whether he is in 3rd in line or Ruturaj is 3rd or 4th. How does that matter? How does that matter?
He was very much 2nd, 3rd. He knew that for quite some time. Right now, there is a grey area here as well.
How does that matter? How does that matter? I think
If I'm Shreyas Iyer, I have ambitions as well, and I'm sure enough I want to be leading the Indian team.
So how would he know he's going
because
to be
KL Rahul has been given preference.
ODI captaincy.
Yeah. No, vice captaincy. Captain, sorry. So
no, but how does that matter? He could still become T20 captain going forward.
Yeah.
I am saying right now it's clear that your captain is Hardik, vice captain is Surya. In T20s, that'll happen once the team is. Oh, by the way, that also might not be the case. Your captain is Rohit Sharma.
yeah.
And your vice captain is
Hardik.
So then your next in line vice captain is Surya Kumar. Then how does it matter if there is Shreyas Iyer or Ruturaj Gaikwad?
I am telling you.
This spin came only 3 hours back.
Look, this Indian cricket team is held hostage to the personality, the cult of personality. Only in India you will see after about 18 months, Rohit and Virat slotting back in.
We were going to have a debate on this, on whether, by the way, the news is that Rohit Sharma will come back. But I thought that the best time to do this will be post-match.
Post-match, yeah.
So we will, if you are joining us live now, I think this makes for a good debate and we'd love to know your thoughts.
Yeah.
We often do take your opinion. We'll put a poll out also. But in our post-match show today, because the juiciest news of the day is that the Indian team has pretty much decided that your captain for T20 is going to be Rohit Sharma. And the other bit of news is that Virat's spot in T20 eyes is a bit iffy, and that's a decision that is going to be taken. So that makes for a great debate. Who comes in one scene and not? We'll do it post match. Yeah,
Post-match.
coming back to the leadership role in T20.
Revolving chairs. Now in Pakistan we have revolving doors. Here it's a revolving Russian roulette that's happening. Proper Russian roulette. Who is your leader? Now you don't have a number 4 or number 8 problem. You now have a leadership problem heading into the T20 World Cup. Why? Your potential captain will play after the IPL only. Your supposed to be leader is recovering and will play the IPL and will fit in directly. Then you have got a succession plan that you don't know when they will succeed.
But I'm just thinking now what's been happening really behind the doors and what's not being spoken of. I remember a couple of times last year, rather this year I should say, it almost feels like the year's ended anyway. Hardik Pandya was heard saying that my team, he would call it my team. Now if he was given that, if the mantle was truly given to him.
Are you sure that he said my team
Yes.
or a franchisee based my team?
No. In an Indian jersey he said my team.
He always was giving an indication, my team,
My
my
team.
team. So,
I
are you
was
sure it's
my
not
team,
MY?
my players, the
Us.
confidence, the freedom.
Are you sure it was
Now-
not MY team or MI team?
No, and how do you know that this message was for us? Maybe it was for the selectors.
No, I'm sure you would have had a chat. Anyway, we're giving away all our juicy bits of the discussion. Come back to the team. This is what we're going to do post.
This is by the way the first T20
In Raipur.
In Raipur.
Yeah.
I mentioned that earlier.
Long boundaries, and you expected to play a big role today.
Of course.
6:30 they say it was expected. It starts. The due sort of begins
From 6 p.m. onwards.
6:30. By 8 o'clock it's settled also. So
It's cold, na there.
bowling second will be a problem.
Yeah, northern part of Chhattisgarh, it's always colder than the south. So that's why you will get dew by about 6 o'clock itself.
But Siddharth, I believe you got some insight on how they managed to light the whole stadium up.
I mean, see, the latest situation is, luckily you're seeing lights at the Shahid Veer Narayan Singh Stadium, okay? The stadium has not paid its electricity bill ever since 2009,
Yeah.
okay? So, they cut off power in 2018, 9 years afterwards. That much leeway they got. Now, there is a temporary connection that has been taken,
With outstanding bills of 3.16.
3.16 crores. Stone Cold Steve Austin beat that, 316. Now, under the Chhattisgarh State Cricket Sangh, that's what it's called, they have taken a temporary connection. Now there is a problem even in that they have to pray that your generators hold up. If your generator malfunctions, gone. Match abandoned due to faulty floodlights. Could happen.
So
Okay.
this game is played under not a proper electricity connection, is being played under generators.
Generators.
Seriously?
And a temporary connection that has been provided.
So there's temporary connection.
Yeah.
Very
And
temporary.
they mentioned in
No,
the
not
interview
bad.
also that for particular matches and events, they always have electricity from somewhere else. That is not the main source of electricity they use for matches. They have mentioned in the interview. This is also what they have mentioned.
Why? Why is that situation only unique in Chhattisgarh? Because the state association does not own the stadium. They don't own the stadium. That's why they have to route it to a third party.
But so so the supplier of electricity is only one, as it would be. This is a field where there's no competition as such. There are not multiple suppliers.
There can be multiple distributors, no?
Are they?
Yeah,
In Delhi
I mean,
you have-
in Mumbai you
In
have.
Delhi?
Mumbai and Delhi you have. I'm talking about there in Raipur.
They may have. There's some private companies may be there. The state DISCOM might be there. State distributor will be there also.
Yes, I'm only thinking this is the state distributor where they're getting it from.
Well, they should ideally be taking it from the state
No,
distributor.
so my point is the state distributor who's sending the electricity, one party has defaulted and now they've created another entity and they take the connection from the same
Yeah.
supplier
Yeah.
and taking it on another name without having any issue that bill is pending. It's like I have defaulted on some.
Just one more time and then I'll pay the entire installment.
It's like you're defaulting on your credit card payment only to take another credit card and pay for that.
From the same company.
Same company.
Or maybe not on my name because they won't give it. Maybe
Exactly.
wife's name, somebody else's name.
Why is that situation happening?
Wow.
Because
It's the richest cricket board. Yeah.
not for Chhattisgarh's case. I mean,
But
BCCI.
they all get 25, 30 odd crore from the BCCI kitty. All state association get. Yeah. But where's that money going?
Where does Chhattisgarh host matches for all the money to be utilized for?
Raipur, I remember watching matches that.
IPL, Delhi.
No. Yeah, but also that road safety had
Road
a
safety.
full
Full
yeah.
series in Raipur.
So I remember the road safety when that Sachin's team was there, when they played Pakistan and India, they made these former player teams. That happened in Raipur.
Raipur, yeah. But apparently they can't, because who owns it? Sports department or public works department? Now there is a tussle between them also. PWD is saying sports department ka kaam hai. Sports are saying no, this is PWD ka kaam. Now electricity department has sent notices to both of them and no one has responded. No, ask him. No, ask him. We all talk about bureaucracy, right? It still exists in India. And Chhattisgarh is no model state that we have to look at it, that bureaucracy is ended. So
This reminds me of what I read this morning about Telangana police, Andhra Pradesh police, both fighting over a dam. Now Andhra Pradesh police took over the dam, they've sent they've barricaded, they've laid down wires and all, so that the Telangana police doesn't come and operate, and they've released certain cusecs of water for their own use. So all of that is happening.
this particular PWD sports department kind of tussle reminded me of in a particular organization where I'd worked. Who's going to do Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma's wedding live vlog? Anushka Sharma, entertainment. So entertainment team should take the lead. No. Virat Kohli, sports guy, he should take the lead. This is the typical kind of a situation. That news organization, we were having mails.
But I think there was a simple answer for that. If I was the deciding editor, managing editor, I would have given it to the entertainment team. Why? It does not matter what the person is from. What is the news item? It is a wedding. Do sports journalists cover weddings? Even if it is no. So wedding comes under entertainment news. So it will obviously be done by the entertainment team. It's as simple as that.
We had to
I would
take
have
the
done
lead.
it.
Sports took the
But
lead.
then fire the managing editor. Whoever took that decision. It was simple. It's not about the personality involved. What is it that you're covering? Okay. So you need to have, for example, let me give you another example. If it's a celebrity cricket league, you can have a celebrity or a Bollywood reporter assist you in information.
Exactly.
But if you have to cover the match, that will be assigned to the sports team.
Yes.
I would assign it to the sports team that please do the blog for the match, as in runs or whatever. But you can always have a guest commentator who could be a sports reporter or as an input guy who can talk about another. But the primary responsibility stays with the sports team. Cut to a sportsman getting married, primary responsibility should be with the entertainment team that cover that. You can have a guest or an input from a sports channel.
Yeah.
Like in that particular scenario, or let's say if you were assigned to do that, could have told, okay, your sources, whatever it is, please figure out which cricketers are attending the wedding. That's it. You won't know anything else apart from that. You won't be knowing what lehenga she's about to wear, or which designer it came from, or how many days it took to prepare.
Those were the dark days, my friend. Those were the
So
dark
you did
days.
figure out all of that.
We had to. So, okay, leaving that aside, who was the managing editor in this case who's going to decide what's going to happen? Chhattisgarh State Cricket Sangh, the interview that you're saying, said local authorities will clear up all pending issues. Now, who are the local authorities? We don't know. What's the smoke screen on that? We don't know. But 1st December, you're fine with it. After that, it doesn't matter. Because 3rd December is the election results. This thing will be swept under the carpet. As simple as that.
Okay, back to the cricket. Electricity at the moment has been sorted, whatever the politics. Keep your fingers crossed, as Siddharth points out. Hope the generator backup is there. and kicking, and we have a full match. Coming back to the changes, what do you guys make of the changes? My 2 cents on that. I see Jitesh Sharma coming in for Ishan Kishan, and also you've got Mukesh Kumar coming back is not a surprise because he had gone for his wedding, so you completely understand. And Prasidh did go for a lot of runs, so that's understandable. Why I'm interested with the remaining 3 changes: Deepak Chair, Shreyas, as well as the third being Jitesh coming in for Ishan. These 3 changes I think are good because you really want to see all these people going forward. But what this is also telling me is that all this talk about this is the T20 team and this is pretty much the team that you're going to go with, I'm not sure, because I think they're still experimenting as to finding out what their core is going to be like. So the fact that you've allowed a Jitesh Sharma to be playing, whether you're still looking at him as someone who can replace Ishan Kishan, I mean, I would imagine that because Ishan is a youngster who keeps getting pushed in the other teams because there are other senior players, here also you should extend that kind of courtesy for Ishan to continue, right? He should be ahead and not put him under pressure that we're also trying to test another guy as such. Deepak Chair for Ashdeep, I understand, because Deepak Chair was originally also part of your white ball team. Because of injuries he's been out, so that I understand. Shreyas also I understand that he would have been ahead of Tilak anyway. So him playing, I completely understand. The rest would be kind of backup and Shreyas going forward. It's just that I would want Ishan to continue. Only when he's not available or he's injured does then Jitesh get a chance.
There is a grand master plan. You're preparing your backups for the World T20, but you're again behaving like a mad scientist without the qualifications of a mad scientist. This Indian cricket team is doing exactly that in T20s.
Or a backup to a backup.
Backup to a backup to a backup. You're preparing
right now, even I'm not sure if Ishan is there in the 11.
You're preparing
Who's going to be your wicket-keeper batter when you make your T20?
Because you're talking about KL, okay. Chalo,
KL's not even being discussed.
KL's
so
out.
That is I don't think there is a backup for a backup or a backup. Right now, Ishan is your wicket-keeper batter in T20. It's pretty evident.
Jitesh is your backup.
But again,
with a potential...
The only 2 seniors that have been spoken about are Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. That also the news is that Virat is not going to be, for which we will have a debate. End of the match. So do join us then. But wicket keeping, I don't think there's any debate as such.
And forget about Sanju Samson. He's not making it. It's a T20 World Cup year. He will play only ODIs.
And more than a backup, I think Jitesh...
They're now meeting that treatment out to Yuzi Chahal now, by the way.
Career done. No Kulcha anymore. It's only Kuldeep.
I think more than a backup, Jitesh is being looked at as an extra option because both of them are giving the wicket keeping options. But Ishan Kishan gives you that an option at the top of the order. Someone like a Jitesh Sharma gives you that option in the middle order also. So if it boils down, if there is no place for someone like an Ishan at the top of the order, then by that time you can go with someone like a Jitesh Sharma also. And I'm really excited to see the Jitesh Sharma because he has been with the team since quite a long time now.
No, but Ishan would say that why? I'll play that lower down the order. Assuming, let's say, Rohit, Virat, all of them come back and then there'll be Shreyas and that batting order because Yashasvi is doing well, top of the order. So when you make the team, there's going to be, if I'm Ishan, I'll say I'll bat lower down the order. In ODIs, you're ready to bat him at 5. He did, right?
Yeah.
So he'll say I bat 5, 6 in T20s too. Why does now Ishan, that's what I'm saying, why be unfair to him that when he plays with few seniors, then you say that no, he has to wait for his chance because KL is ahead of him. Fine. Now he is the senior and he is ahead of everyone, but now he should not play because there is no slot and not bat lower down the order. Why? If I'm Ishan, I'll say I'll bat number 5. He's batted in ODIs, you pushed him at number 5. Why can't he bat number 5, 6 here in T20?
Because we haven't seen him batting there in T20.
But you make him play, we did not even see him in ODIs, but you pushed him there, right? If you were so worried about what his batting position is, you should have done it there. There you did not, right? And what did Rohit Sharma say when he was making the ODI team? That when you're a youngster, you should be open to batting anywhere. I also batted, he said,
6, 7.
Every position. And if I'm sure you ask Ishan Kishan, would you rather bat 1, 2, 3 in T20 because we have a spot at number 5 or 6, whatever, or you would sit out? What would he choose? He'd want to play.
Yeah.
He'd want to play. He'd want to play for the team. Who doesn't want to play for the team? I'm saying you haven't tried him there.
You haven't tried him there also, and when once, if assuming that you don't have someone like a Rohit and Virat coming back, then your straight batting lineup would be Shubman and Yashasvi. Then you'll have Surya Kumar, Shreyas, Hardik. And then at that slot, I would still go with someone like a Jitesh Sharma because
Basis what?
basis this that Ishan Kishan, what I feel is that he more or less takes
but
on.
what have you seen of Jitesh?
Jitesh Sharma in the IPL has batted there and given you those
I'm
runs.
saying that way, so IPL Ishan Kishan is a legend, na, compared to Jitesh Sharma.
You are, what you have done is, that guy was in good form. Ishan was in great form in the first 3 games. Now suddenly you have made him sit out for whom? Just to prepare a backup, and that too when you have not sealed the series.
But maybe I think the thinking over there could be, okay, Ishan definitely, a more important series, let's say, is that South Africa tour coming up. If Australia, you played so many times this year anyway. Again.
No, I'm not talking about just this game as such.
I'm saying going forward. And I think the thinking over here would be, okay, we can't try out people. It's an important series. We're traveling. We must secure that series. So there, Ishan, we know, is going to be our guy.
No, my point is, when you're going forward, and not for this series, when you're going forward, he says that if it's 5 or 6, then he rather play Jitesh but Ishan. That is the thing.
No, I agreed with your point because ODI also you pushed him there. He gave you runs there also.
Yeah.
But what happened? You didn't play him barring those 2 matches after Gill was available.
But that's because you put Sky ahead of him.
Yeah.
He's saying, okay, Sky, you had more faith in him and you went with him. But till how long will Ishan be the guy? If I'm Ishan, why would I keep getting pushed on?
No, there I
whatever
agree with
in
you.
ODI, Sky is senior, he'll come. Somebody is senior, he will come. KL has to play. Now he gets a chance at T20. Now, no, you cannot play. There is Jitesh. I'll like throw my helmet and my bat on somebody's head if this was to happen. If
But
I'm
you
Ishan.
can't do that, na?
Yeah, no, I would. And maybe Ishan can do it too.
Ishan
Who
cannot
knows?
throw his weight around at the
should,
moment.
He should, because he's going to say that, see, that is making it very convenient. Because we've spoken about UZ Chahal, sometimes it's happened that, oh, he cannot bat, so he cannot play. This time it cannot. You can come up with these kind of, logics to justify not playing somebody. But you should ask the player, has the player ever said, I can understand if Ishan Kishan himself says that, no, I am not comfortable playing 5 and 6. That's not a position. So if you do not have a place for me in the top order, count me out. If that is the case, then it's another matter. But has he ever said that? I remember him talking about ODI cricket. He said, I just want to play. Give me a chance to play. And if he has been ahead, if he fails, then I agree with you. He plays a few games, he fails, whichever position you're making him play, he doesn't get you runs. Then you say, no boss, we gave you enough chances, now we're going with that. But without playing him, you are making up a mind that no, he's not suited for that position. He's not suited because he doesn't play there, because in his franchise there, he gets a chance to bat higher up the order. But even in Mumbai, I have seen he's opened, he's batted number 3, he's even batted number 4 and got 2 runs in all those positions. What is there to say that he cannot get it 5 and 6? We are deciding that we haven't seen it. Jitesh has to play because that's the chance he gets to play in his franchise at that position. Ishan Kishan doesn't. If you want to, have Ishan Kishan, then let him play at that position when the seniors come. But that's the problem. You will not get a chance to see him play there because we do not know what will happen to the T20 World Cup, which is why I said that if you want to include a Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, either you make a call now, no, done, finished. If you want to do it now and then let's see Ishan play at that position. But you're not doing that. You are allowing everyone to take breaks. If you're taking breaks, then take a longer break till the next T20.
You are going to...
I would have said this, that listen, all of you who want white ball, break. So ODI you can take because the next event is long.
25.
So then we can see. But if you are taking 5 months before a T20 World Cup breaks from bilateral T20s, then I suggest take a longer break and finish your break at the IPL, and then after that,
क्यों ना तुम लंबी छुट्टी ले लो?
लंबी छुट्टी ले लो.
लंबे holiday पर.
But lots of super chats. First ball about to be bowled. Should we
Yeah.
try and answer a couple of questions before we wrap?
Okay. Faiz Afridi is like saying, Jaiswal is the kind of player we need in T20 World Cup 2024. He plays fearless cricket. That's what we need in a knockout game.
Agreed, Faiz. And we're going to have this debate at the end of the match. But
Yeah.
agreed. Anyone disagrees with it?
No.
All of us agree.
No reason to.
Okay.
Harit Yadav, Nikhil sir, Imran is proven to be corrupt, sold gifts from National Treasury. I follow politics a bit more, no disrespect. Of course he is. That's what we stated. We are not eulogizing Imran Khan. He was a great cricketer, but as a politician, less said about it, the better.
No, but even in politics, I believe he's done far better than all the corrupt guys that you had before him. The Nawaz Sharifs of the world, the Benazir Bhuttos of the world. Nawaz Sharif sits in the UK and multiple big houses there. So did the, PPP in that sense would do the same thing.
Yeah.
In the case of Imran, because I have heard it, he does not have any fancy houses that he built or whatever. He still stays in that one house outskirts of Islamabad. I've heard stories of him wearing that 3 sherwanis for the for his life. That so there is nothing that if he could, and knowing the kind of Casanova and the guy that he could have very well gone down the road where he wears designer stuffs, expensive holidays, flying in private jets, which a lot of prime ministers. Clearly that wasn't the case with him in the time that he spent. I've heard stories. I heard some story of which I've narrated earlier, where the US ambassador came to his house, and he had like nothing but some cheap quality biscuits to serve him in his house. So, which is very different to how in Pakistan prime ministers, they live like royal kings. The prime ministers in Pakistan.
He tried to be Anil Kapoor's Nayak but failed miserably.
Yeah. I'm not saying that he's God's gift to politics in Pakistan. I'm saying all the other stories we hear of politics and prime ministers and all that they've had, he was a welcome chair. And I'm just saying, because I have spoken, you should listen to a lot of Pakistanis that I meet abroad and listen to what they have to say, who clearly follow their own country's politics more than all of us, right? So
yep, correct. International 3191 from the US is saying, is Rohit India's all-time third best test opener?
Good question. No, a very, very good question. Because the all-time third best opener is not an easy answer. The number 2 spots are no-brainer, Gavaskar, Sehwag, done, dusted. The number 3rd opener, we've had a debate on Sports Today, if you remember, long ago. I remember putting in names like Murli Vijay, Shikhar Dhawan, Gautam Gambhir, some that, from the top of my head that I can think of. And I'm sure Rohit is also there in that talk. We did a debate.
He did, yeah.
I don't think we could reach a conclusion at that time. We had put in a few former cricketers as well. But that's a very interesting debate. He certainly could be.
Yep. Mr. Shaker from the US. Morning, gents. The way you guys, especially Nick sir, overlook Jadeja's pathetic display in white ball is beyond me. You can do detailed analysis on others' failures, but brazenly call Jaddu a straight walk-in.
The Happy World Cup got over, right? Jaddu won you a game with the bat.
With the bat, yeah.
And a couple of games with the ball. So what else do you...
Yeah, but he's counting on the fact that maybe Mr. Shaker, the final...
Again, I'm not going to look at bilateral series and so on and so forth.
Yeah, the final he didn't
But
look
final,
good.
who did?
No one did well.
Please tell me, na?
No one did well. And that's why, Jadeja, yes, with the bat, that 39 he got against New Zealand in Dharamshala. That's it. But yeah, that's a different debate altogether. Tanmay Joshi is saying, Nick, I disagree. Shreyas is good at 4-5 in ODI. Same for Ishan, he is ideal at top, best person for specific role.
Have we seen him? My point is, please ask Ishan, na, rather than us sitting. Should ask the guy. I'm saying he always is considered the junior and kicked out. But now where he is slightly senior, there you're saying your role is not suited to it. We want this one person there. Ask him na if he wants to do that.
Yeah.
Why, if, as I said, if he is reluctant and says no, I don't want to, then it's a different matter. But if he is saying that I wants to, please ask him. Let him be that, let him take that call and make it. That's why I said you should have played your full team and then let him bat there and see. But you won't do that. So you'll never know.
Yep. Oh,
We've only seen that we're saying about Jitesh because he's batting there. Ishan, you've never made him bat.
Never made him bat.
So we have decided that he is best suited to that. Who would have thought that Ishan Kishan, who started off as an opener, batted number 4 for Mumbai Indians? I remember a few innings and he's played well. So who would have thought that at number 4 he could do it? If I'm just saying as a batter, as Rohit mentioned, that when he was a young kid, who would have thought he would have been a good opener? He batted number 6 to start with.
Yeah.
When he was pushed as an opener, he did well. He batted wherever he got a chance and got you runs. So I'm saying, give him a chance, let him bat. You can't keep pushing him. That'll be very unfair. You can't keep pushing him out of the team. वहाँ पे वो जगह नहीं बनती, यहाँ पे ये जगह नहीं बनेगी, यहाँ पे वो number 7 खेलता है, so you can't play. Why, man? Let him play. That's unfair, I feel, for Ishan.
Yep.
If he plays there, fails multiple times, then sure, then make up our mind. But we have all made up our mind that he's not fit there without even seeing him play there.
Okay, Bas the later.
After Harry Tector, we have another cricketer.
Joining us, Bas the later. Yep. Why Shubman Gill is not playing ODIs against away South Africa? VK in prime form never missed a series.
Yeah, I mean it's a valid point, but I think we mentioned yesterday, but because it's not a ODI World Cup focus here, I think they can rest him. Also, I mean, there's no harm giving him also rest. He's also been playing a lot of cricket non-stop. So I think there's no harm resting him. You're not focusing so much on ODI, na? That's why you got Sanju Samson playing there. So,
And UZ Jail.
So I don't think there's a...
Sanju
Before, 6 months before or 4 months before the Champions Trophy, he should be playing. That's all I care for.
Yep.
But right now, T20, please make your proper team play. Whichever is your proper team.
And most importantly, IPL.
IPL, though they all play, but you'll never get to see the team play together, na?
That was our USP.
Then that's the issue then comes, na? Where does Ishan bat?
That was our USP.
Back top of the
This
order.
whole World Cup, that was our USP.
Even on May 4th, you're going to see experimentation. Until May 4th. That's when you have to finalize your team. Because June 4th is the World T20.
Cup, yeah.
That's why.
Chalo, on that note, bye-bye. The game has started. We'll try and take all your questions in the mid-show if we missed a few. Take care.
We can.
See you.
Yeah. Bye.